take a walk with Father Jeff Walker, and can't wait to chat with him. Yeah, because coming up soon, moving from his pastorship at St. Thomas More University Parish to St. John the Evangelist Delphos and St. John the Baptist Landeck and St. Patrick Parish in Spencerville. Good morning, Father Jeff.
Good morning, gentlemen. I was worried there for a second. I thought, Wendy, you've got a frog in your throat. You need to have something going. Where is that? Oh, it's just him. Everything's fine. So, I'm going to miss our Friday morning walks. I'm going to miss a lot of things. You know, we're coming up at the end of my time here at St. Tom's, as you've mentioned, and so I'm getting a bit nostalgic, you know, looking back on the time, reminiscing. I started this segment with you when I came to St. Thomas More, so it's an end of an era in a lot of ways. And I'm going to have to start waking up even earlier. I tell you what, guys, I sent an email, business email, work to someone else in another parish earlier this week at, I think, 12:30 a.m., which is, you know, normal office hours for me.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that second shift priesthood is coming to an end real quick. I'm going to have to learn to be an early morning person yet again. But yeah, I'm getting a little reflective, a little reminiscent on my time. And as I've been, saying my goodbyes to the community here, to the students that are around in the summer and to the permanent community members here, I've been thinking there's really two things that I've learned in a new way as the pastor of St. Tom's. Because I think any priest will tell you that you're sent to a parish to teach them, to make disciples, but your parish always teaches you something too. Just like you're sent to a parish to try and help them be holy, and in the process, they end up making you a lot holier in the process. But, you know, two things in particular that I think this assignment taught me, or took from, you know, theory to practice, is one, the spiritual fatherhood of my priesthood. That's a particular spirituality, a priestly identity that was formed in me during my seminary years. And one that I think I've lived out, but this sort of deepened that here. I don't know if it's because of the particular age of the college student that I was mentoring, and, you know, that would sort of line up. They could be my biological children here, or the particular way that I was involved in their lives or something, but I really have a new, deeper sense of the spiritual father of the priesthood. And not just with students or people of college age, but I really began to see how all of my ministry is much more related to running a family, to being a father of a family, than being a CEO of a company or something like that. And again, I think that was with me before, but this assignment has sort of let that sink into the heart a little bit, really seeing the role of the pastor as a spiritual father. And I think the other thing in particular that has stuck out to me is the sense of the church's mission, that we are a missionary people, especially in our age. We've sort of let the language of the new evangelization that Pope Benedict used to talk about a lot, that's sort of fallen out of favor. But really that idea of evangelization and mission, because that was such a prominent part here, it sort of woke at this parish for college students. It sort of woke me up to the reality that, you know, the whole church in the United States, the whole church in the world, but particularly in our time and in our place, is a church on mission to preach the gospel to people who don't know it. You can't take for granted that everyone already knows who Jesus is. You can't take for granted that, if they're not living what is right and true, that they even know what is right and true. So I think it's reawakened in me a sort of a sense of mission that I had in theory before. You know, go make of all disciples. Jesus said it. That's not news to me. But I think my practical experience here in a parish that is particularly a mission parish, that BGSU campus is mission territory, just like the missions in Africa were at one time, where the church is thriving now, just like Francis Xavier and Thomas the Apostle were sent to India. I feel like college campuses are really missions like that. And so it's sort of awakened in me that missionary spirit of priesthood. So we're going to see how that informs my life going forward. And I look forward to seeing what the parishes in Delphos, Landeck, and Spencerville have to teach me about my priesthood as well.
Yeah, and I don't want to make this all about me, but let's make this about me for a minute. So here's the thing. I'm going through a process here. I'm quick to forgive, and I have to say that. The Lord has given me the ability to quickly forgive. Not in this case. I don't like the people of Delphos. I'm really struggling with this, and I'm covetous now. I'm going through an issue of covetousness because they have you and we don't, and I'm really upset about that. But here is the thing, and I mean this, getting back to a serious note. We know you were perfectly suited. The Lord raised you up to do this work on the college level. But there are certain things that you don't get to do in that work that you get to do in parish life. So there are some things that you're going to be going into that you haven't been able to be a part of all these years that you've been serving on the college campus.
Absolutely, or at least have not been able to be part of very often.
Right.
One of the great ministries of the priest is to assist people. Really, all of the ministry of the priest is assist people to get ready for heaven. But in particular, ministry to the dying is a profound part of the priesthood. And I've gotten to do a little bit of that here. We do have a small permanent community, but that's certainly something that end of life care, and the opposite end as well. We don't have a lot of infant baptisms around here, and we don't have a lot of first communions and a lot of confirmations. So being part of that beginning of the life period as well are things that, really looking forward to in a parish life that stretches from womb to tomb, rather than the particular mission of college students. So yeah, expanding the horizons for sure as I expand my morning hours. My morning offering gets a little earlier and earlier.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're certainly
just a reminder that Parish in Delphos is known as the maker of bishops.
That's right.
So we may be hearing something a little bit later. Father, we are
Lord
so thankful for you. Thank you for walking this walk with us for all this time. We will miss you.
Yeah, stay in touch.
It's been great. God bless.
We'll be right back.